Bam. Alright guys, we're going to fish a few docks today. How do you fish a dock? I pick a dock apart as soon as he quits flopping. I don't like to grab him like this. He's grab him by the mouth. Alright, he's about 9.5. I pick a dock apart, try to get me a pattern going what part of the dock they're on. Sometimes they're all over the dock. Now I've got a live scope, which helps me a lot. You can use side scan too, or you can do it old school like I used to do. You just fish around the dock till you find them. But today, I noticed, I'm looking here, gosh, they're moving some. And that's another point about a dock. Let me wait till this noise gets by, guys, and I'll start over. Okay, guys, before those jet skis came, made a bunch of noise. I'm on Lake Gaston. You can tell that, can't you? It's not a private lake. It's 7:50 in the morning. They're right around jet bikes already. When you fish a dock, there's usually a sweet spot on the dock, a part they like. This is being early this morning. We got a lot of shade there, so they're scattered on the dock. When the sun gets up and the sun's beating on that dock, they'll be in the shadiest part of it. If they got to slide back further to the shallow end of it, that's fine. They're going to be in the shadiest part of it. The reason they get on docks is for the post and the cover and the shade. All right, so this morning we have just a little bit of current, a little bit of back current. It's coming the opposite way it should come. It's coming this way. So I'm going to start on this side of the dock because this is a shady side. Sun's over here, right? I want to fish on the shady side. Most of the time, you're better off on the shady side. The shade's coming clean out here almost to my boat. So it's a good chance that the fish, more fish, are going to move to this side. As the sun comes over the dock, they'll move to that side. Now, I can see fish right here. All right, and they are 40, 10. This is 30 feet. I'm going toward it a little bit. There are some on the edge and some all the way back to 15 feet. So there's a good bit of fish here. So what I'll do is I'm gonna hit my spot lock to hold me. All right, that way I ain't gotta worry about the trolling motor. And I'm gonna get on back in there as far as I can get because there's fish a long ways. That gives me a better chance of getting bit because I'm gonna come through more fish, right? All right, now I'm letting it sink because I got a 1/32 ounce. Most of them are at 6 feet and deeper. So now I'm gonna start reeling it. Spin a little bit. There you go, bam. That's the thing, the biggest thing I see, guys, is I guide some and take friends fishing with me also. The biggest thing I see, that mistake that people make, is they throw under a dock and start reeling it back. You need to give it a chance to sink some and settle, okay? Let it fall down through them and start moving it, okay? And when you do move it slowly. Don't get in a hurry. Now, that one came back of there. We're gonna go to the front of the dock this time. Because they're usually scattered out pretty good when the shade line's there. All right, I'm just letting it sink. I didn't get back as far as I wanted to. I should have went a little further. All right, let's try it again. All right, that's better. I went back about 5, 6 feet. So usually they won't leave that dock. They stay under that dock. They will follow you out sometimes. There's times they will not. They will not follow you out from that dock. That's their security place. They don't feel safe when they come out from that dock. So that's why you got to skip on back there to them most of the time. All right. Now I see a couple right here, but these few I see right here are not paying any attention to me. I'm not getting bit from them. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go right back to where I caught the first one. They're scattered all over this dock, but not all of them are interested in feeding. Let's go back and see if he's want to feed again. That's why I caught the first one. I'm giving it line so my bait will fall straight down. If you don't give it line, your bait's going to spring to you. And if it's 13 foot here, so look at there. See that those back in that corner are more active. So that's what you got to do. So I never reeled, guys. I just threw it back. I was letting it fall because I'm using a 1/32 ounce. It was falling down through them slow. I got a loop knot tied on it, so the bait stays horizontal as it sinks. Y'all watch. You ever stayed on a dock and look in the water and watch minnows? They dart and stop, and they kind of sink, or they rise up a little slow. They don't go straight down, do they? Okay, so if you got to tie a loop knot, let your bait fall horizontal. He's about 9 7/8. It lets your bait fall like this. This is a chiffon color, which is a UV lime on the top, and the bottom is the ice color. All right, y'all want to try that again? Let's get back in this corner. On back in there. Now I'm on back in there almost to the walk over there. So I gave it some line so it's going to fall straight. See, my line's tightening up now as it's falling. I'm watching where my line enters the water. There you go. I'm watching where my line is sinking in the water. I see my line jump like that. When you see your line jump, you don't have to feel the bite, you can watch the bite. And I'm using clear line. Y'all noticed that? Actually, it's green. This is, gosh, I got different line on a lot of rods. People ask me a lot of times, that's why I don't get into line. You just got to find something you like. But this is the Supernatural Mono. All right. I use P-line Floor Clear. I like that. Jesse sent me Cast King line. It's been working fine. I got it my rod. Maxima, I got Maxima. That's a nice fish there, guys. He's probably 10.5. All right. So I think you need to find lines you can get along with. Most of the 4-pound test stuff handle good. It's not like big, heavy 12 and 14-pound bass line. You know, you always for bass fishing. The lighter line casts better. That's why I use 4-pound test. I get asked that a lot. Why aren't you using 10? Well, I'll tell you what. You put a 1/32 ounce jig on 10-pound test and try to cast it way back under that dock to that. I'm clean the other side of that pontoon boat. Try that. The 2 and 4 is the best. Actually, guys, I told y'all this was 4-pound test. I'm sorry. I gotta remember which rod I got. I got 4 on these 3 rods. This is 2-pound test. This is 2-pound. Yeah, let me start over. This is 2-pound test Bass Pro Shop line. That's all it is. Now, I'll tell you something about it. Line. If you look at line, it tells you the diameter of the line, how big around it is. This 2-pound test is the same as a lot of people's 4-pound test. So when I say it's 2-pound test, that's what's on the box. I would consider this 4-pound test because it's just as strong as most of the 4s I use. This is good line. It's fine. I have no problem with this line. I like it. Cast good. It's limber. But that's why I like the light line. The light line, I can get down here and go, just like you throw a flat rock, go on back through there, okay? So I've used a lot of different brands and try them. I have no problem with any of them. I have never bought any. I went, I'll never use again in light line, all right? So don't be afraid to try any of them. Trilene's just as good. Trilene 4 pounds fine. But the P-line Super Clear is probably the best. Go on, bug ball me. This P-line line, oh, go on. I'm hung up now. All right, I got to talk to y'all. Wasn't paying this what I'm doing to fight the bug on my hat. You ever get a spider hanging down off your hat? The P-line Floor Clear is hard to beat all the way around. But it's expensive. But I think all the way around is hard to beat. But the Maxima line, it works great. The Supernatural line works great. Green. Like I say, this is Bass Pro Shop. It's fine. Just go with a 4-pound test and something like that. You're not going to have any trouble. You go skip around docks better. You're going to catch more fish. I heard somebody talking the other day on a YouTube channel. They said, oh, I used a bright green line and I ain't never had any trouble. That's fine. That's good for you. Yeah. And he said he uses 10 and 20-pound tests. Yeah. 20-pound test braid to 10-pound leader. That's fine. He said he couldn't get the fish in on 10-pound, anything lighter. He said 6 got broke all the time off. That's fine, evidently. I'm using 4. I have had 1 fish break me this year. And that's cause I threw back under a dock, and I just caught a bass from a couple minutes ago, guys. I know it was a bass. He hit me and went like that, and I couldn't turn him. Yeah, if you catch a 12, 14 pound, 14 inch pound, yeah. You catch a 10 to 12 inch, 14 inch bass, and he takes you around a post, he's gonna break you off. A crappie, very seldom. He's gonna have to be a 2-pounder and get you in the wrong spot to break you off. When you set the hook, best thing to do is get them coming. Bring them on out. Now guys, I came up here and got unhung, and I see some fish. That's on the next walk, clean over. See that right here? That's where the fish are. This is on this walk, but the other one's on the walk over there. And I threw clean, I skipped it clean over to the other walk. Like I say, not all crappie are crustacean active. Verse 1 are active. It's a lot of crappie here. Y'all can see it's probably 15 at least at each post there. There's probably at least 30 here. Not all 30 of them have the same idea and read the same book that you read. They're supposed to grab your bait when it comes past him. You know, you got to convince them of that. But usually in the morning like this, you're going to catch some of them. On this lake, I have found that you can catch them all day long. I'm not saying you can't. But the best fishing usually is from about 7 to about 11. And then it seems like in the afternoon, they'll take back off again. You know, they have a chart. A young man was sharing this with me the other day on a time period chart. And I never paid that much attention to it, and he was sharing it with me. And that chart goes like this, flats up and down. There's like 4 times a day that the fishing's supposed to be the best. And I believe the moon, of course the moon affects that, but I believe the moon affects a lot of the fishing and hunting. And even us, right? That we don't take to. I taught school 15 years. I can tell you, the teachers would say, "Oh guys, we're at a full moon, watch out." And there's something to that, even with people, even with adults, right? All right, guys, the wind has started to blow a little bit. Y'all know how the wind can all of a sudden pick up, and it's not much, it's just a little bit. There's a flag hanging up in this guy's yard. I noticed it's been flat all morning. It's picking up some. Let me hit my spotlight. The next thing you want to do on a dock, if you have any wind or current, we got a little bit of current too coming this way. I can see trash right there heading toward the dock. It's almost, so little pieces of dirt on the water, leaves, and they're going that way. It's because they're letting water. That's a nice fish, guys. That fish is probably 10.5. But as I said earlier, this lake has current because they make electricity on this lake. And will it run both ways? Yes. You go, well, why would it run both ways? I think it forms an eddy. But anyway, it was coming this way earlier hard, and it quit. Now it's going back that way. So I think what it is too is they're letting water out of Kerr Lake now, and that's why it was running so hard earlier. I can see it going around the post there. I see the eddies is on the back side of that post. Earlier it was on this side. And I think the lake's filling up, and our lake is filling up now, so that's why it's coming back. Okay, does that make sense? They're letting water out of Kerr Lake above us, and this lake's filling back up. You can see the water lines way down on these posts. We're down about 4 to 6 inches. You see, y'all ain't gonna see it. Here's a piece of trash right here. Y'all ain't gonna see. Right there. Here's how fast it's moving. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now it's in line with that post. And I know y'all probably can't see it in the GoPro. GoPro does not do a good job, something like that. All right, now it's at the second post. That post right there. That's how fast it's moving. So when you got current like that, you got to throw above it. Now, there's some fish on this middle walk. I can't throw at the middle walk. What I need to do, I'm in a bad position now. My boat's moving. And that was really poor, guys. Go ahead and laugh. There you go. Look, I do this a lot, and I still sometimes don't get it where I want it. I threw out under the boat, right under that engine. Now, my line is going to the left, just like I'm trout fishing. All right? And that's how I caught the last one. Now, oops, but I got to watch now. There's a brace on these boathouses. Across these openings, they put a brace on them. All right? So, yeah, is it touchy and is it tricky? Yeah, because you know what? You could get hung up. You can get hung up on that brace. So, what I need to do now is one of two things. Since the current's going this way, I go over on this end. It's going to be my best bet. So you got to learn to deal with the current. Here's something small, a little bass, I think. Yeah. Oh, boy. Do I get a trophy? Do I get an award? Look at this. What do y'all think of that? How long you think he is? I think the camera's fooling y'all. He is kind of cute. He make a nice belt buckle. Maybe a set of earrings. Guys, he's 1, 2, 3. He's about 4, maybe 4 1/4 inches long. What do y'all think of that? Look, bait's big as he is. That's Lake Country baits, baby. They catch everything. All right. So since the current's holding us here, I'm not gonna keep fighting that because I'm gonna get hung in that engine sooner or later. I'm gonna go to this end and fish with the current. All right, guys, come here. I pulled up enough to where I can get a different angle and fish with the current, so the current wouldn't cut me off. In other words, if I was a 90 with the post, like right here I am now, it was taking me around the post too fast, so I got uphill further. The crappie are not up under this dock because the sun's coming in here. They've moved down here, like I said earlier. There's a few like under those storage boxes, but they're going to move with the shade on the dock. All right, we're going to go see if we can find another dock that doesn't have as much current on it and see if we can come up with a few more fish, okay? That was on a limeade color. And the reason I switched to this, it's got a 1/16 ounce head. Number 2, if a 1/32 ounce is dragging too fast in the current, or if you need to get a little further back on their dock, go to a 1/16. But I think most of the time you're going to do better on a 1/32 around a dock. All right, guys, I moved to another dock, and I've never fished this dock before. I went to the bank where it's deep, see what's dropping, and I said, okay, let's see if we can find some crappie. Now, you can see the fish right here. Yeah, and it's got braces on it. I see the braces now. This is what you got to watch out for in this lake. There's braces. I can see them under the water. That's how clear the water is. I can see them going both ways. A lot of these docks have braces, especially on this main lake. Like I said, I've never fished this one before. And that's why the fish like them too. Now, that makes it very difficult, but it makes it a good dock, because your average John that comes down through here is not going to fish it. They're going like, I'm not fishing that dock. You know why? That dock's full of braces. But bam, guess what else it's got under it? And it's got hungry crappie too. Look how he hit that jig. Woo-wee! Alright guys, I'm just going to show y'all a couple more fish off of this dock, and then I'm going to probably end it. But I thought about this yesterday as I was fishing with somebody else, and we was talking about fishing docks, and I said, well, on Lake Gaston, if you don't like to fish docks, you're up creek. and I thought, he said, you need to make a video just about fishing docks. And I said, I have. How to beat them with the bait like that, I've done that. I'm casting backhanded, guys. You got to get this bait down close to the water like that. And I said, I have done that. And that's why a lot of people don't fish docks. See how I had to make that extra effort to get that bait down low and to get that bait moving toward that dock? Docks are not easy to fish. All right. Oh, I lost him. Y'all see that? I had one, and I lost him. Docks are a lot of work because of that. You got to get up here and you got to lean down here and get that bait back in there. You got to watch for braces. And once you find the braces, you stay away from the braces, okay? I'm bringing it right back down through there. There you go. Bam. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. You think you got some shoulders on you. Oh, yeah. Decent one. Decent one. Guys, you got to love crappie fishing. Even if you're a bass fisherman. I know guys that bass fish go, I like the crappie fish too. I like the bass fish too, guys. I do some bass fishing also. Bass fish tournaments for years. Oops, bait come out of his mouth flopping. That is a nice fish, guys. That's a good 11.5. All right, look here. And there it is on the chiffon color. If I can get up here, there you go. Excuse me, I said chiffon. The color's called limeade. The other, it's UV lime with a chartreuse belly. Now the other one I was throwing earlier is UV lime on top with a pearl belly, and that's called chiffon. All right, guys, Fishing Lake Country Dennis, appreciate you. That's how you fish docks. You just jump around till you find docks. Like I said this earlier, I've never fished this dock before. I just came over here and I thought, look, it's got a good steep bank, good ways up here to the house. It's got to be in deep water. I'm in 12 foot right here, and I'm really close to the bank. Look, I'm not even at the front of the dock. This is the second week of June. That's what you do in the summertime docks. Same pattern will hold all summer now. Go to the deepest water you can find, the good drops you can find, and start looking for crappie. Once you find a few docks that you find crappie on, there's a good chance you can go back to them time after time and you'll catch crappie there again. But I'm going to tell you a secret now. You ready? They don't always stay on this dock. You might come back here an hour from now, a day from now, and they won't be here. They might be here for a week. This school might leave and another school come in here, right? A couple days later. If something about a dock they like, they will, I can say it, they will reuse the same docks over and over. But they're not always there. Hey, Dennis, Fishing Lake Country, I'm going to see if I can catch a couple more of them. See a couple right there? Y'all can see them right here? They're right there. They're by where that kayak is or some kind of boat laying there. All right, probably a little sailboat. That's where they're at. They're going to be in the shadiest part of this dock, right? Which is about where that is, or that boat is. And I can't fish from the front because of the braces. If I do, I got to be very careful. See y'all next time, Fishing Lake Country. Check out Lake Country Baits.